So Trump has been roasting the living crap out of Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and the rest of the View at his rallies over the past couple of days. And I predicted that there was going to be a huge meltdown reaction from the View over the mean things that he has been saying about them at his rallies. And just like clockwork, that's exactly what they did. Of course, they reacted to Trump saying all these terrible things about them at his rallies, and their meltdown is absolutely hilarious. It's so obvious that Trump just lives rent-free in their heads, right? Like, and this is just yet another example of this. This is so funny, man.
He was talking about me in particular, but he was talking about us at his rallies. And he spent 2 separate rallies ranting about Tuesday's interview with Vice President Kamala Harris.
Oh, you know that all of these women are just wet right now. They're like, oh, Trump, he finally acknowledged us. He's talking about us. Dude, like these people, they wake up thinking about Trump. You know, they dream about Trump when they're sleeping, and they wake up thinking about Trump. And it's so obvious that they are just so gleeful about this. But then it gets even more sour later on, and Whoopi gets very angry, okay?
Take a look.
If anything, would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
I think the other one asking the question is dumber than Kamala, so she's a dummy. I watched her over the years. That is one dumb woman.
Oh my gosh, dude, Trump is he's so funny, man. He is so funny.
It's that stupid view where you have these really dumb people.
By the way, we all agree with this, right?
Politics can do strange things to demented people.
By the way, everyone laughing in the background here are more people than Whoopi Goldberg has ever gotten to laugh at one of her comedy shows. So yeah, it's obvious that there might actually be some jealousy from Whoopi Goldberg here, because Whoopi Goldberg loves to pretend that she's a comedian. Have you ever laughed at anything that Whoopi Goldberg has ever said?
No, I've hired Whoopi to work for me as a comedian before this stuff, and a long time ago, and I went. And, you know, I'm not particularly shy about what I hear. Her mouth was so foul. She was so filthy dirty, disgusting. Half the place left. I said I'd never hire her again.
Well, thank you for watching.
As it turns out, I was filthy. I was filthy. And stand on that fact. I have always been filthy. And you knew that when you hired me. I headlined, babe, at your casino, which I might have continued to play had you not run it into the ground.
Exactly.
But who does that?
Who does that? Who runs a casino into the ground? You can tell these people have never had to do any sort of entrepreneurial type stuff in their lives. Like, do they not realize that pretty much any successful business person has had multiple failures over their career as well? So these people are just ridiculous, man. They do not live in reality whatsoever. It's just completely insane.
You know, listen, how dumb are you? You hired me 4 times. You can go to William Morris and get the things, because I know y'all are going to be looking for it. So talk to William Morris. You hired me 4 times, and you didn't know what you were getting?
These people obviously do not realize that Trump is just on a whole other level. He probably had someone who hired someone to hire you, okay?
How dumb are you? Go ahead, son.
Go ahead, Sonny, your turn. Well, I have a personal legal note.
Yes.
Donald Trump, I want to thank you for personally telling so many lies and committing so many alleged crimes and providing
alleged. That's the important key word there that you had to include in there, Sonny, because you know that they are alleged. Innocent until proven guilty. Alleged.
us with material on a daily basis. You help us do our jobs, and I'm so appreciative.
Well, thank you for confirming that you guys obsess over Trump and that you literally wouldn't have jobs if it wasn't for Trump. Look at that. Trump is out here creating jobs even for very unintelligent women.
Because of people like you, a former prosecutor and legal expert can become a fixture on a show like this. And again, I'm so grateful.
You can tell there's just nothing going on between her eyes here. Like, there is just like the amount of brain activity happening here is lacking. You know, like it's very sparse. You know what I'm saying?
I've had a history of prosecuting sex offenders. So thank you for.
Oh, but you decided never to talk about Biden and the things that were confirmed by his daughter in her diary of the terrible things that he would do with her when she was a child. Interesting how you just kind of glazed over all that, huh? It's so funny that they think that they're cooking here. You know, like, it's so hilarious to watch them think that they are just absolutely spitting right here. Dude, it's actually hilarious. But it's interesting that Whoopi Goldberg said this about Trump in the past.
And she likes me. She even put me in her movies.
I was just going to say.
She put me in her movies, right? A long time ago. And how much did I judge? Nothing.
Like they say in the
It was a freebie. Whoopi, I love you. I'm telling you.
And they're trying to humanize
Donald, I love you too.
him and change your idea about who this guy is. Don't fall for that.
Trump. He's talking about.
He's talking about Trump.
Look at Joy Behar. She's like, oh my gosh, Trump is sitting next to me. These people aren't comedians. Whoopi Goldberg's not a comedian. Joy Behar is absolutely not a comedian. And yet you can watch like one single clip of Trump and people are laughing. They're belly laughing over what Trump is saying.
You know, I do a thing called a weave. And there are those that are fair that say, this guy is so genius. Then others would say, oh, he rambled. I don't ramble. What you do is you weave things and you do it. You need an extraordinary memory because you have to come back to where you started.
They don't give you credit for that. You could go all the way over here and then get back.
I can go so far here or there. And I can come back to exactly where I started. Someday when you don't come back to where you started,
you're Biden.
So yeah, honestly, this is just completely embarrassing coming from The View. And the most hilarious part about this is that you can tell that they are just loving the fact that he was talking about them at his rallies. They are just so happy about that. But, Trump has gotten more laughs in that single clip that I just showed, more than Whoopi Goldberg has ever gotten in her career. And it's absolutely hilarious to watch these women continue to just spout all of their nonsense. And, we all kind of agree with Trump on this, okay? I'm sorry to inform you that. Besides the very few people that you have in the room who are there just to seal clap at everything that you guys say, the majority of Americans also agree with Trump on the sentiments about you guys. So that being said, let me know what you think about this insanity. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.